Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to do a giant book haul. So I have almost 40 books that I need to talk about that I got recently. Mainly the reason it is so big because usually I really try not to have huge book hauls like this anymore. Mainly it's because of the Goodreads Choice Awards. So that is one part of this video. Then I also got a box set of a very beautiful beloved series of mine. And then I have just random romances, and I have a couple books that are not romances. So I think I'm just gonna end with those. I'm gonna end with the ones that are not romance. So let me actually start with the Goodreads Choice Awards. Basically, my plan was to read the top 20 for the romance category. Now, I don't think that I can actually be able to read the top 20, but I'm gonna read as many of them as I can. And for that purpose, I decided to buy all of them. Some of them actually came to me damaged, so I might either return them or ask for a different copy. But yeah, let's get started. I'm just gonna, these ones are not really gonna be in a particular order. The first one is Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. This is a love story between, I think, a girl who cannot remember faces. I don't think I would have gotten to this book as quickly if it wasn't a top 20 in the Goodreads Choice Award. Plus, I think I already own this one on ebook, so I don't know if I would have actually bought the physical book if it wasn't in the Goodreads Choice Awards. But I am very much looking forward to reading this one. Next is A True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. Once again, I already own this book on ebook. And this is part of a series. And usually I try to read series in order, but since this one is, I think it has a good chance of being in the top 10 actually, so it has a good chance of me actually reading it this month. But yeah, this deals with a reality show, which I normally don't love those. First of all, I don't really love watching reality TV shows, and especially don't love reading about them. But this pretty much deals with this app that can tell you if your DNA is compatible, I think, which is what the first book is about, the owner of that app. And this one is this reality show where this famous woman, basically a bachelorette type show, where like the audience picks and then this DNA matching site picks. So that kind of sounds interesting. And I think she falls in love with the producer, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Next is A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. Once again, I think this is the third book in a series and you follow 3 different brothers. I really don't know what this one is about, to be honest. This might be a runaway bride situation, I think. I don't know, but I've heard amazing things about Megan Quinn. I've never read a Megan Quinn book, but yeah, this one was nominated for the Goodreads Choice Award. I need to stop saying that because all of these were nominated. Next is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the sequel to Icebreaker, which was very popular last year. And this, I believe, these two are camp counselors and they're gonna fall in love. I think this is a very cute cover. I really love this color pink. Next is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. So this is like a hate to love, then turned to like sort of friends with benefits. And this might actually be like a love story that spans years. I really do love this fall looking cover, but I don't think this has a good chance of making it in the top 10, so I don't know if I can actually read it this month. Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. So this is, I believe it's a second chance romance, but the first chance was them just spending one day together. I haven't heard the best things about this book, and honestly, I wasn't really looking forward to this. But I do think it has a very high probability of ending in the top 10. So I know Carly Fortune, especially her first book, was very popular, and I do like this cover. But yeah, would I have picked this book up on my own? Probably not. Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. As you can see by the bookmark, I'm currently reading it. I am on page 362. This is the second book in the Knock 'Em Out series by her, and you follow a police officer or a police chief named Nash and Lena works for this insurance company, and she tracks down like stolen goods, but they're very, very expensive. So she's in danger quite a bit. And she moves next door to Nash because she's best friends with his brother, who was the hero in the first book. Yeah, they rescue a dog together and they kind of own this dog together in a way. Well, technically it's Nash's, but she babysits a lot and he deals with panic attacks because of something that happened in the first book. And pretty much he realizes the only thing that keeps him calm is her, and she also has a past with panic attacks. I am really loving this book. I haven't read the first one, which in hindsight I should have read that one because this book spoils big plot lines in that one. But like I said, I'm still very much enjoying it, and I'm probably going to finish it today. In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarrow. So this one I have read. I actually didn't really buy this one for the Goodreads Choice Awards. I actually bought it for my Rebecca Yarrow's vlog, which I did, which I'll leave linked for you. This is an epic romance with two timelines. You follow Izzy and Nate works, this is a military romance. He works in special ops, and Izzy works in politics, and she goes to Afghanistan in August 2021, right around the time that the Taliban takes over, in search for something. And he wants her to leave, and they have a very big past. So the other timeline is you follow, like, you get flashbacks constantly of when they first met, how they fell in love, and ultimately why she thought he had been dead for 3 years. Basically, they met on an airplane on the same day that same airplane crashes. So like I said, very epic love story. I really love this book. Yeah, I don't think this has a pretty big chance of being in the top 10, but I would highly recommend it. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This is another STEM romance. You follow Elsie, who, alongside her job in academia, actually is a fake girlfriend for people, including his brother. And then when they meet, he thinks she's a liar. And their fields are completely at odds with each other. So this scene, it sounds like a little bit of a hate to love, but I really love this cover. I really love Ali Hazelwood's covers. And I've heard amazing things about this one. Better things than her second book, which I've not read. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. This might be the next book I read, actually. Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This is the sequel to When in Rome. I don't know what this is about, but I have seen it a lot on Instagram. This is like a small town romance. That is all I know. The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This one I've been meaning to read an Ashley Poston. I really wanted to read The Dead Romantics, and this one I was also very interested in. Basically, this is a story that deals with two different timelines. One is 7 years in the future, I think, and she gets her aunt's apartment, and there she meets this guy who's living there, but actually he's living there 7 years ago, I think. I'm kind of confused on the premise, but a lot of people have really loved it, and a lot of people also really love The Dead Romantic, so I'm very, very excited to finally read an Ashley Poston, or Poston, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Pucking Around by Emily Rath. So this is a very, very ginormous book. It has 707 pages. This is a Why Choose, or a hockey romance. Basically one girl, Rachel, with 3 men. Yeah. So I think 2 hockey players and then the equipment manager, something like that. I read the prequel novella and I did really enjoy it. I haven't read a lot of Why Choose, so hopefully I'll love this one. King of Pride by Anna Huang. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. This is the second book in her Kings of Sin series. Basically, each book follows a different deadly sin. So this one is Pride. Follows billionaires. I've not read a single book in this series, but I will read this one because I do think this will end up in the top 10 of the Goodreads Choice Award. Yeah, I heard a lot of people really love Kai, and he has glasses. Really, I don't know what this is about, and I really don't want to. It is a pretty short book, so hopefully I'll fly through this one. And the last one is another one I'm not that excited about, and it's The Long Game by Elena Armas. This I haven't heard the best things about. Basically, you follow these 2 people, and they're gonna coach this girls' soccer or football team. Soccer for the US viewers. Yeah. And apparently there's this goat and cat involved. I don't know. I read Elena's first book, which I really did love, The Spanish Love Deception. Her second book, however, I didn't really love. And this one, I just heard mixed things about. So I don't know if there's a high probability of me reading this one. But we'll see. I own it now, so hopefully I will read it. Okay, let's get to the books I am most excited about. And it's... Okay, how am I going to show you this? I did actually show them as a short in my... as a short, so definitely check that one out if you want. But I got these. And these are the Bridgerton books in the Illumicrate special edition. Actually, this is a re-release because the first time they did the special edition, I missed out on it. I didn't realize that, I'm pretty sure I was in a book slump and I didn't realize they had these beautiful, beautiful editions. And I was debating because I really don't love reading mass market paperbacks. They're just not comfortable to read for me. And the bigger books in the Bridgerton series were really ugly covers. So I was looking, and then I saw that Illumicrate was publishing these ones again, and I just jumped at the chance and I ordered them, and I ordered them months ago actually. So they finally arrived. So I'm gonna show you them. I think most of you have already seen them, but I don't care. I'm very proud of them. The Duke and I. So basically the spines make up the Bridgerton house. So that is very pretty. I don't know if you can see that. This is the back, and then they all have sprayed edges. So very pretty. I think the original ones had Julia Quinn sign the first book, but it doesn't matter to me. Then my favorite, which is The Viscount Who Loved Me, which obviously has the B. This is the spine and the back and the sprayed edges. An Offer from a Gentleman, which this might be my favorite cover in this edition, even though this is not my favorite book. The spine and the back, or the back. Can you see that? Yeah. And yellow sprayed edges. Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which has pretty much the same one in the back. This is the first one with the door actually, and then this also is a favorite cover of mine actually. It's so pretty. Then there is To Sir Philip with Love. I don't know if no, you can't see that. Okay, To Sir Philip with Love. The spine, the back, which I actually do love that these two are connected because the books take place literally around the same time. So I love that both of them, can you see that? Oh my God. That both of them have the door. Then there is When He Was Wicked. It's in his Kiss, which I love that one. And last but not least, On the Way to the Wedding. So yeah, these are my new prized possessions. I will, if my apartment ever catches on fire, these will be the ones I protect. I actually don't have them in the back in my bookshelves, but I have them in front under my TV so I can look at them daily. I think they are drop dead gorgeous and I really love them because I do really love the Bridgerton books. The Viscount Who Loved Me is one of my favorite books of all time. So I'm very happy that I have a beautiful, gorgeous edition now. Now for the other romances in this book haul. First one is another series, which I'm missing one in this edition, but I actually just bought it since I already owned it in a different edition, but I do want them to match. And it's the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. So they recently actually got new covers, which my favorites will always be the originals with the naked men on them. But when I first started reading romance, those covers were already out of circulation. So I think these are my next favorite because I didn't really love the female covers except for The Deal. The other ones with just like a leg and stuff like that, they weren't my favorite. So I got The Mistake, which I really didn't love the female cover for The Mistake. So I really prefer this one over the other one. The Score, The Goal, and The Legacy. So for those of you who don't know, this is a series following different hockey players college hockey players who are friends, and you follow each love story. The Deal is one of my favorite books I read this year, so yeah, I'm very excited to continue on with the series. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. So This one has been a book I've been meaning to read, but I actually got this book for free if I bought 2 other ones in this bookstore that I visit. So I jumped at the chance. One of them was actually King of Pride that I bought. This is, I believe, college or high school romance. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard great things about Monica Murphy. I've never read a book by her, so this might be my first. Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. So her books have been picked up by Bloom, so they've been re-releasing her books, and some of them have been pretty cheap. So same actually goes for Give Me More by Sarah Kay. These ones, the only reason I bought these 2 was because they were only €6 as opposed to the normal €12 I usually pay. So I just bought them because I knew these were going to be series that I was going to read anyway. This is, I believe, the second book or third book in her Hoop series, the first one being Long Shot. And this is, I think, the second book in her Salacious Players series, the first one being Praise. And I think I'm definitely going to be reading this. I'm going to be starting this series definitely at the beginning of 2024. But yeah, I've just heard great things about both of these. Both of them are very high on my recommendations list. So I figured, let's just buy them now they're cheap, because eventually I'm going to get to them anyway. Next is the Sinners Duet by Sophie Lark. The first one is There Are No Saints. The second is There Is No Devil. Once again, also recently re-released because it was picked up by Bloom. I did love the original covers, but I don't know, lately it just seems the way I'm reading books is once a book is pretty high up on my recommendations list, I start reading it. And at that point, if it's a very popular indie published book, it has already been picked up by a traditional publisher. So that is why I always end up buying the traditional published versions as opposed to the indie ones. This is about a serial killer and a girl falling in love. I love Sophie Lark. I finished 2 of her series, currently in the middle of another one, and this is only a duet, and they're pretty short, so I think I'll fly through these ones. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. This one I bought for my Rebecca Yarros vlog. I already read this one. This is a military romance, and it's about these 2 people that, while he was in the military, they used to send letters back and forth because her brother is his best friend. Now her brother died though, and when he died, the hero actually stopped writing, so she thought he died as well, and now her brother asked him in his last letter to take care of his sister, so he goes, but he never tells her that he's the one that she's been writing letters to. So yeah, he's out of the military now. She has a daughter who's very sick, so yeah, it's our love story. I really enjoyed it. Goth, Aana by Rue Nix. This one I've been meaning to read for a while now. This is the other book I bought to get the A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime for free. I've just been hearing great things about this book. I was meaning to read it during spooky season. I don't think, that has already ended, and I didn't pick this book up. Hopefully I'll get to it as soon as possible, because I have just... And I think there's a special edition out now that is very beautiful, so maybe if I really love it, I'll buy that special edition as well. And then the last romance is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This one I pre-ordered, I already read. This is the 5th and final book in the Chestnut Spring series. You follow Bo Eaton, who's ex-military actually, also special ops. And you follow Bailey, and Bailey is the youngest child of this family who everybody hates. So they judge her without actually knowing her. So she tells him that he just has it easy because of his name. So he decides to prove her wrong by saying, you know what, let's just pretend that we're fake fiancés and let's prove your theory wrong, because people will not treat you differently just because you're an almost Eaten now. I really love this. It's not my favorite in the Chestnut Spring series. That still goes to Powerless, but I did really enjoy it, and I really love Elsie Silver, and I'm glad to finish my collection. And now for the not romances. The Maid by Nita Prose. This won the Goodreads Choice Mystery last year, so I've been meaning to read it ever since. And this one actually, as you can see, I bought one, got one half price. So I saw this one, then I saw this one, so I bought both and I got one half price. So yeah, that is the reason why I bought it. And lately I've been really in the mood for mysteries, so hopefully I can get to this really soon. So the next one I got is Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng. I've only read one Celeste Ng, but I do own her other one. I read Little Fires Everywhere, and I did enjoy this. And this, I think, is her first book where she follows a main male character. And this is about a guy who thinks his mother turned into a bird, I think. No, that's not true. His mom disappeared, and she's like this famous author, and he is looking for answers, I'm pretty sure. Then I got the Birdcage Library, which honestly the only reason I bought it is because of the cover. I think this is gorgeous, but I think this is also a mystery, and I just saw it at the bookstore and I bought it. It rarely happens to me nowadays that I buy a book and read it without knowing anything about it. So that was my excuse for buying this book with a beautiful cover. Then I got The Fragile Threads of Power by D.E. Schwab. This is the spin-off from her Darker Shade of Magic series. So I really want to read this one, but I do want to reread the original trilogy. So I'm going to do that next year, reread Darker Shade of Magic series and start reading A Fragile Thread of Power. This one is signed by the author, so which I can show you. Yeah, I love D.E. Schwab. I've always loved her writing, so very much looking forward to reading this one. And then last but not least is Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This has beautiful sprayed edges. So this is her first adult books and one of the few that isn't set in her Shadowhunter universe. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I think this is about a guy who's best friends with the king, but he's also with the prince, but he's also his sword catcher, meaning he looks like him, I think. Yeah, body double, meaning basically if somebody wants to kill the prince, they'll most likely kill him. And this other girl, I don't know what her thing is. They meet each other and I don't know. I don't care. I heard great things about this book and I think the cover, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful book. And I am very interested to see what Cassandra Clare is going to do in an adult fantasy. So yes, those were all the books that I bought in the last month. There are a lot. Hopefully next month will not be as big, which I don't think it can because I spend way too much money on these books. I know I went through them very fast. If you have any questions about any of them, definitely let me know. And I would really love to know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Which one of these do you think I should prioritize? And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day and I'll talk to you later. Bye.